Hi and welcome. I am a high school substitute teacher and I'd like to share some observations with you, and I have to kick it off with this one. The next time your high school age daughter tells you she doesn't have time to replace the toilet paper roll, remind her during lunch she can walk across the campus, stand in the cafeteria line for food, eat lunch, check her phone, talk with her friends, reapply her makeup, and walk to her next class, all within 40 minutes. But replacing a toilet paper roll isn't doable? Really? I watched a high school student take time to pick out every marshmallow from her single-serve cup of Lucky Charms. She methodically rechecked her cereal to make sure she didn't miss a single magically delicious marshmallow before putting the rest of the cereal back in the container, well, minus the colorful marshmallows, of course. Respect for liking the marshmallows. I, too, am a Lucky Charm marshmallow lover, so respect for loving the marshmallows and respect for that eye for detail. But 10 minutes later, she threw attitude when asked to throw her trash away as she left class. Like dropping the trash off on her way out the door would take too long. Of course, she wouldn't have been asked to do this monumental classroom housekeeping task had she remembered to empty her trash the day before. This student has the focus of a neurosurgeon, just not for anything in the textbook. The other day, I observed a student practically contort herself into a pretzel while leaning her chair back to get some sun, hoping to get better Wi-Fi in the classrooms so she could covertly text a friend. That same student, she rolled her eyes when I asked her to plug in her Chromebook for a quick recharge before the next period. I guess I should have texted her that request instead, huh? High school students in a science class were asked to look at a diagram on chemical bonds, draw it on a piece of paper, color it, name the bonds and elements. Really, it was simple. They had a huge diagram on a big screen at the front of the class. They simply had to copy what they saw, including labeling and coloring. And coloring only required 4 color pencils. And this was important because having this diagram correctly would really help them on an upcoming test. Again, easy assignment. Copy the diagram, label color, look at the diagram on the screen as a reference. When one of the students tried to turn in her paper, she was reminded to color it. She then stomped away saying, "This is too hard." I so wanted to reply, "Welcome to life, kid. It only gets worse. You're gonna love it." But honestly, I was afraid she might say something like, "Save it, boomer." So I decided to keep that little pearl of wisdom for another time. Why do students think wearing headphones is the same as being invisible? Like, I can't see you throwing your empty, balled up bag of Cheetos across the room because you're wearing your headphones? Yeah, I can't see you texting on your cell phone either. How come some students Google at the speed of light? Well, they can do social media at the speed of light too, but they can absolutely Google at the speed of light, but seem to get confused on how to refill a lead pencil. Google it? As a substitute teacher, my monthly paycheck isn't as much as what some high school students spend every month on hair, lashes, and nails. Unbelievable. I honestly don't know whether to laugh hysterically or cry. Wait, yes I do. I gotta laugh because my $4 Wet n Wild mascara isn't waterproof. It might be time for an upgrade there though. Yeah. High school students have really taken the joy out of me occasionally saying the F word. I rarely say it, but when I do, I want all that oomph that goes with it. I want to invoke the reputation that a female boomer has saying the F word. But that's been ruined. The students have ruined it. When I'm walking across campus during the lunch hour and every third word I overhear is the F word, well, crap. I mean, one day I started taking a tally. I ran out of paper. Way to ruin it for me, students. It's so common now that it's lost its secret sauce. Gone, just like my will to walk to the staff lounge over my lunch period. Damn it. I noticed high school students wearing pricey shoes all the time, like Air Jordans, Uggs, Doc Martens. But then those same students act like buying their own pencils will break the bank. What? As a sub, I'm so used to counting heads in every single class, and honestly, sometimes I count them several times in class, depending on the students, how many need to use the restroom, what's going on in the classroom, but I'm always counting heads. The other day, I actually found myself counting heads in a staff meeting. Like one of the teachers was going to ditch as soon as they signed the attendance sheet. Wait. Okay. Let's forget the food pyramid for high school lunches. Forget the freaking food pyramid. Just getting students to eat anything other than Takis Fuegos, Cheetos, Flaming Hot Doritos, or Cheez-Its would be a major win. No wonder those Chromebook keyboards have this greasy glow. Gross. I love my Uggs for lots of reasons, but one of the main reasons is because the absolutely only thing I have in common with the female high school students. Well, that and Cheez-Its. Nothing builds a stronger bond than orange fingers and sheepskin boots. It's a love language, really. Thank you so much for watching Lighten Up with Grace. Like, subscribe, and feel free to share this video with any teacher that you know needs a reassuring smile or four. Before I go, a quick shout out to all substitute teachers out there. We have a tough job. We go in blind praying for a decent lesson plan. We survive on protein drinks and humor. We go home tired and wondering why the hell we do this job, and we go back the very next day. We're kind of unsung heroes on campus. I think sometimes the teachers might be too tired or frustrated to tell us thank you, but I know that they appreciate what we do for them. So way to go, subs. I got to go now because I got some Cheez-Its to eat. Until next time.